Today we're going to talk about something truly fascinating: castor oil. This isn't some new health trend, it's an ancient remedy with a history stretching back over 4,000 years. We see evidence of its use in ancient Egyptian medicine, traditional Chinese practices, and Ayurvedic medicine in India. They understood its profound healing properties long before modern science began to catch up. They used it for everything from skin ailments to digestive issues, recognizing it as a powerful tool for wellness. It's incredible to think that a remedy this old is still one of the most effective things you can use today. Now, what's really interesting about castor oil is its dual nature. The raw castor bean, in its unaltered state, contains a potent toxin called ricin. This is a deadly poison, and it's one of the reasons the plant has such a notorious reputation. However, through a specific heating and filtering process, this toxic component is completely deactivated and removed, leaving behind an incredibly therapeutic and safe oil. This transformation from a dangerous poison to a powerful healing agent is what makes castor oil so unique. The processed oil is what we use, and it's loaded with beneficial compounds that can do some amazing things for your body. Before you run out and buy any bottle you see, there's something crucial you need to understand. The quality of your castor oil makes all the difference. You must, and I mean must, use a product that is hexane-free, cold-pressed, and organic, and it should always be stored in a dark glass bottle. Hexane is a chemical solvent used in cheaper extraction methods, and you don't want that anywhere near your skin. Cold pressing ensures the delicate nutrients aren't destroyed by heat, and the dark bottle protects the oil from light, which can cause it to go rancid and lose its potency. So, let's dive a little deeper into why the type of castor oil you choose is so critically important. When you go to the store or look online, you'll be met with a lot of options, and it can be confusing. Many of the cheaper, mass-produced castor oils use a chemical solvent called hexane to extract the oil from the bean. This is a much faster and more efficient process for the manufacturer, but it leaves behind trace amounts of this neurotoxin in the final product. When you're applying this oil to your skin, which is your largest organ, these chemicals can be absorbed directly into your bloodstream. You're trying to heal your body, not introduce more toxins into it. This is why I always stress the importance of finding a hexane-free product. The alternative and superior method is cold pressing. This is a mechanical process that uses immense pressure to squeeze the oil from the bean without using heat or chemicals. While it yields less oil, it preserves the integrity of all the beneficial fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals. Heat can denature these delicate compounds, rendering the oil far less effective. So, when you see cold pressed on the label, you know you're getting the most potent, nutrient-rich version of the oil available. It's the closest you can get to the oil in its most natural therapeutic state. Finally, let's talk about why it needs to be organic and in a dark glass bottle. Choosing organic ensures the castor beans were grown without pesticides, herbicides, or synthetic fertilizers. Again, we are trying to reduce the toxic load on our bodies, not add to it. The dark glass bottle is not just for aesthetics, it's for preservation. Castor oil, like many natural oils, is sensitive to light. UV radiation can cause the oil to oxidize and become rancid, degrading its quality and effectiveness. A dark bottle acts as a shield, protecting the oil and ensuring that when you use it, you're getting all the healing benefits you paid for. What exactly makes castor oil so powerful? The secret lies in its unique chemical composition. About 90% of the fatty acid content in castor oil is something called ricinoleic acid. You won't find this concentration of this specific fatty acid in any other plant or substance on Earth. It's a very unusual, unsaturated omega-9 fatty acid, and it's the primary driver behind most of castor oil's therapeutic effects. Its molecular structure gives it some incredible properties that allow it to interact with the body in profound ways, particularly with our skin and deeper tissues. One of the most remarkable things about ricinoleic acid is its ability to penetrate deep into the tissues. Unlike many other oils or creams that just sit on the surface of the skin, castor oil can be absorbed through all the layers, the epidermis, the dermis, and even into the subcutaneous tissue below. This deep penetration allows it to deliver its healing properties directly to where they are needed most, whether that's a sore muscle, an arthritic joint, or a congested lymph node. It's like having a targeted delivery system for natural anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving compounds. This deep penetration is also why castor oil has a reputation for being able to break down and dissolve certain types of abnormal growths. We're talking about things like cysts, fibroids, and even bone spurs. While the exact mechanism is still being studied, it's believed that the ricinoleic acid helps to stimulate lymphatic circulation and detoxification in the area. This increased flow helps the body's natural processes to break down and clear away abnormal tissue accumulations. It's not an overnight process, but with consistent application, many people see a significant reduction or even complete dissolution of these lumps and bumps. Now I need to manage your expectations a little bit here. While castor oil is incredibly powerful, it is not a magic wand. You can't just apply it once and expect a lifetime of problems to disappear overnight. The key to unlocking the full potential of castor oil is consistency. Your body needs time to respond to the therapeutic compounds in the oil. Think of it like exercise. You don't build muscle after one trip to the gym. You have to show up regularly, put in the work, and over time, you will see the results. For most applications, whether you're working on a scar, trying to improve liver function with a pack, or addressing joint pain, I recommend a consistent routine. A good starting point is to apply the castor oil at least 3 times a week. This gives your body regular exposure to the ricinoleic acid and allows the healing processes to build momentum. You want to continue this practice for a minimum of 30 to 42 days. This time frame allows for your body's cellular turnover cycles and detoxification pathways to really kick into high gear and make lasting changes. Don't get discouraged if you don't see dramatic changes in the first week. Healing is a process, not an event. Some people are more responsive and might notice improvements sooner, while for others, it may take the full month or even longer to see the significant results they're looking for. Be patient with your body, trust in the process. Keep up with your consistent applications, and you will give yourself the best possible chance to experience the incredible benefits that so many people have reported for thousands of years. Remember, you are supporting your body's innate ability to heal itself. Let's talk about using castor oil on your face. You know, a lot of people are hesitant to put oil on their face, especially if they have oily or acne-prone skin. They have this fear that it will clog their pores and make things worse. But with castor oil, the opposite is often true. Because of its unique properties, it can be incredibly beneficial for facial skin, providing a level of deep hydration that most commercial moisturizers simply can't match. It's also very low on the comedogenic scale, meaning it's unlikely to clog pores for most people. The key is to use a very small amount. You do not need to slather it on like a thick cream. A few drops are more than enough for your entire face. Place the drops in the palm of your hand, and then rub your hands together to warm the oil up. This makes it less viscous and easier to apply. Then gently massage it into your face using upward circular motions. Make sure you rub it in thoroughly until it's fully absorbed. This massage action also helps to stimulate blood flow to the skin, bringing more oxygen and nutrients to the cells. What this does is create a protective barrier on your skin that locks in moisture, preventing transepidermal water loss throughout the day or night. But it's also working on a deeper level. The ricinoleic acid penetrates into the dermis, where it helps to stimulate the production of collagen and elastin. These are the 2 proteins that are responsible for your skin's firmness and elasticity. So, with consistent use, you're not just getting surface-level hydration, you're actually helping to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles from the inside out. This is one of the most popular and well-known cosmetic uses for castor oil, and for good reason. It really works. Many people struggle with thin, sparse, or short eyelashes and eyebrows. This can be due to genetics, overplucking in the past, nutritional deficiencies, or simply the aging process. People spend a fortune on expensive serums, extensions, and microblading to get that full, defined look. But before you do that, you should give simple, inexpensive castor oil a try. It can naturally boost the growth, thickness, and overall health of your hair follicles. The application is very simple. You want to do this at night after you've cleansed your face and removed all your makeup. You can use a clean mascara wand, a spoolie brush, or even just a cotton swab. Dip it into your high-quality, cold-pressed castor oil, making sure to wipe off any excess. You only need a very thin coating. Gently brush the oil along your upper lash line right at the root of the eyelashes, as if you were applying eyeliner. Then you can brush a small amount through the length of your lashes, and also through your eyebrows. Be very careful not to get the oil directly in your eye, as it can cause temporary blurred vision and some irritation. The ricinoleic acid in the oil nourishes the hair follicle, reduces inflammation that might be stunting growth, and improves blood circulation to the area. This creates a much healthier environment for the hair to grow. It also coats the existing hairs, which can make them appear darker and thicker, and also protects them from breakage. With consistent nightly application, most people start to see noticeable results in about 4 to 6 weeks. Now let's move on to some of the more stubborn skin issues. Skin tags and warts. These are very common benign growths, but they can be quite annoying and cosmetically bothersome. Skin tags are small, soft flaps of skin that often appear on the neck, armpits, or groin, while warts are caused by the human papillomavirus or HPV and have a rougher, more cauliflower-like texture. People often resort to having them frozen off, cut off, or burned off by a doctor, which can be painful and sometimes leave a scar. Castor oil offers a gentle, non-invasive alternative. On its own, castor oil can be effective due to its ability to soften the skin and its anti-inflammatory properties. However, to really supercharge its effects for these specific issues, we can add a couple of powerful ingredients to the mix: iodine and garlic. Iodine has potent antiseptic and antiviral properties, which is particularly helpful for warts, as it helps to combat the underlying virus. Garlic contains a compound called allicin, which also has strong antimicrobial and antiviral effects and helps to break down the tissue of the growth. To create this potent mixture, you can take a small amount of castor oil and add a drop of Lugol's iodine and a tiny bit of crushed fresh garlic. Mix them together to form a paste. Apply this paste directly onto the skin tag or wart, being careful to avoid the surrounding healthy skin. You can then cover it with a small bandage or a piece of medical tape to keep it in place and protect your clothing. You'll need to reapply this fresh mixture once or twice a day. It takes patience, but over several weeks you should see the growth start to shrink, darken, and eventually fall off on its own. Okay, so this next one might sound a little strange, and I want to be very clear here. You need to be extremely careful and make absolutely sure you are using a pure, sterile, hexane-free organic castor oil, if you even consider this. But, some people have actually found incredible relief from chronic dry eyes by applying castor oil directly into the eye. Dry eye syndrome is a really common condition, especially as we get older or if you spend long hours staring at screens. It happens when your eyes just don't produce enough quality tears to lubricate the surface, and that leads to a gritty, burning, and irritating sensation that's honestly pretty uncomfortable. The standard treatment is usually over-the-counter artificial tears, which sure provide temporary relief, but they don't really address the underlying problem. Some studies have actually suggested that castor oil can help improve the function of your meibomian glands. These are those tiny glands along the edge of your eyelids that produce the oily layer of your tear film. That oily layer is super important because it stops the watery part of your tears from evaporating too quickly. When these glands get clogged or inflamed, you end up with what's called evaporative dry eye. Castor oil may help to reduce this inflammation and improve the quality of the oil being produced. If you were to try this, you'd use a sterile dropper to place just one single drop of pure castor oil into each eye before bedtime. The reason you do it at night is because it'll cause significant blurring of your vision, but that will clear by morning. The oil coats the eye, provides intense lubrication, and works on the glands while you sleep. Again, this is definitely an advanced technique, and it's not for everyone. You must be absolutely certain of the purity of your oil. For a lot of folks, simply massaging the oil onto the closed eyelids at night can provide a similar, though milder benefit without the risk. So let's talk about two pretty incredible benefits that most people would never really associate with a topical oil boosting your immune system and improving your dental health. It might sound a bit far-fetched, but honestly, there's some interesting science to back this up. There was a study that showed applying a castor oil pack over the abdomen can significantly increase the number of T cells, specifically T11 lymphocytes, in the body within just a couple of hours. T cells are a crucial part of your adaptive immune system. They're basically the soldiers that identify and destroy pathogens like viruses and bacteria. This suggests that castor oil, when absorbed through the skin, actually has a systemic effect on the lymphatic system, which is a core component of your immune response. The lymphatic system is kind of like the body's drainage and filtration network, and castor oil appears to stimulate its flow and function. By enhancing lymphatic drainage, you're helping your body clear out toxins, metabolic waste, and pathogens more efficiently, which frees up your immune system to function at a higher level. A simple castor oil pack over your liver and abdomen a few times a week could be a really powerful way to support your overall immunity. Now let's talk about teeth. Castor oil can actually be a great addition to your oral hygiene routine, especially for dealing with tartar. Tartar, or dental calculus, is that hardened plaque that builds up on your teeth and can lead to gum disease. The ricinoleic acid in castor oil has both anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. When you use it for oil pulling, basically swishing a tablespoon of oil in your mouth for about 10 to 15 minutes, it can help kill the bacteria that form plaque. Even more, its unique properties seem to help soften and dissolve existing tartar, making it easier to remove with regular brushing and flossing. It's just a fantastic natural way to support healthy gums and teeth. We've mentioned castor oil packs a few times, so let's break down exactly what they are and how to use them for maximum benefit. A castor oil pack is really just a piece of flannel or wool cloth soaked in castor oil, which you then place on a specific area of your body. You typically cover it with a piece of plastic and then apply a heat source like a hot water bottle or a heating pad. This combination of the oil, the cloth, and the heat allows for much deeper and more sustained penetration of the ricinoleic acid into your body's tissues. You can actually use these packs on various parts of the body to target specific issues. Placing a pack over the liver area, on the right side of your abdomen under your rib cage, is fantastic for supporting detoxification and improving liver function. For arthritis or joint pain, you can apply a pack directly to the sore knee, shoulder, or hip. They're also widely used by women for gynecological issues, placed over the lower abdomen for menstrual cramps, ovarian cysts, or uterine fibroids, and can be used on the breasts to help with breast health and fibrocystic breast tissue. And to take this to the next level, you can actually enhance your castor oil pack with a couple of other powerful substances. Before you apply the oil-soaked flannel, you can rub a layer of DMSO or magnesium oil onto your skin. DMSO is a carrier solvent that can pull the castor oil even deeper into the tissues, making it more effective for deep-seated issues like arthritis. Magnesium oil is excellent for pain relief and muscle relaxation. Combining these with your castor oil pack creates a really potent synergistic effect, dramatically increasing the therapeutic benefits for pain, inflammation, and tissue healing. If you're serious about transforming your skin and getting the absolute most out of your castor oil, I have a powerful hack for you. This combines the benefits of the oil with two other potent health practices: cold therapy and fasting. This combination can, honestly, supercharge cellular renewal and give you a glow that no cosmetic product can replicate. It starts with an ice bath for your face. Now I know this might sound intense, but the benefits are incredible. Submerging your face in a bowl of ice water for 15 to 30 seconds does several things. The intense cold causes immediate vasoconstriction, which means the blood vessels in your skin tighten up. This reduces puffiness and inflammation and can shrink the appearance of pores. When you remove your face from the water, you get a rebound effect called vasodilation, where the vessels open back up, causing a rush of fresh, oxygenated blood to the skin's surface. This flushing effect nourishes the skin cells and gives you an instant, vibrant glow. Doing this right before you apply your castor oil creates the perfect canvas. The skin is toned, awake, and highly receptive. Now, to truly 10x the results, consider incorporating this routine into a period of prolonged fasting, specifically a 48 to 72-hour fast. When you fast for this long, your body activates a powerful cellular cleanup process called autophagy. This is where your body identifies and recycles old, damaged, and dysfunctional cells and cellular components. This process is particularly active in the skin. By combining the autophagy-stimulating effects of fasting with the skin-nourishing, collagen-boosting properties of castor oil and the circulation-enhancing effects of the ice bath, you are creating a powerful trifecta for skin rejuvenation. Scars and stretch marks are a testament to our body's incredible ability to heal, but, many people wish they were less visible. Scars form when the dermis layer of the skin is damaged and the body produces collagen fibers to mend the wound. Sometimes this process isn't perfect, leading to raised or hypertrophic or indented atrophic scars. Stretch marks, or striae, are also a type of scar that occurs when the skin is stretched rapidly, such as during pregnancy, puberty, or rapid weight changes. This rapid stretching causes the collagen and elastin fibers in the dermis to tear. Castor oil can be remarkably effective at improving the appearance of both types of scars. Its power lies in its ability to penetrate deeply and soften the hardened scar tissue from within. The ricinoleic acid helps to break down the dense, disorganized collagen fibers that make up the scar, and encourages the growth of new, healthy, more organized tissue. It also deeply moisturizes the area, which improves the skin's elasticity and can make the scar feel softer and more pliable. Furthermore, its anti-inflammatory properties can help to reduce the redness and discoloration often associated with newer scars. For best results, you need to be diligent with this. The key is consistent, deep massage. Take a generous amount of castor oil and really work it into the scar or stretch marks for several minutes each day. Use firm pressure with your fingertips or a massage tool. This manual manipulation helps to physically break up the scar tissue, while the oil provides the biochemical support for healing and regeneration. This isn't a quick fix. It can take months of daily application to see significant improvements, especially on older, more established scars. But with persistence, you can see a dramatic fading and smoothing of the affected skin. We've talked about eyelashes and eyebrows, but what about the hair on your head? Castor oil can be a fantastic treatment for promoting hair growth and improving scalp health. For this specific purpose, many people prefer to use Jamaican black castor oil. This version is made by roasting the castor beans first, which results in an ash content that makes the oil more alkaline. This alkalinity is believed to help open up the hair cuticles and pores on the scalp, allowing for even better absorption of the nutrients. It's particularly popular for strengthening hair, preventing breakage, and encouraging new growth in thinning areas. To use it, you can apply it as a scalp treatment. Since it's very thick, you might want to mix it with a lighter carrier oil like coconut or jojoba oil to improve its spreadability. Section your hair and apply the oil mixture directly to your scalp, massaging it in for 5 to 10 minutes to stimulate blood flow to the hair follicles. You can then leave it in for at least an hour or even overnight with a shower cap before washing it out thoroughly. This deep conditioning treatment nourishes the roots, moisturizes a dry, flaky scalp, and can help to create the optimal environment for healthy hair growth. Finally, let's not forget one of the most fundamental uses of castor oil: simple, effective pain and inflammation relief. The potent anti-inflammatory properties of ricinoleic acid make it a go-to remedy for all sorts of aches and pains. If you have arthritic hands, sore knees from a workout, a stiff back, or aching feet after a long day, simply rubbing castor oil into the affected area can provide significant relief. The oil penetrates the skin to calm the underlying inflammation that is causing the pain. For an extra boost, you can apply heat after the massage to help the oil penetrate even more deeply and soothe the sore muscles and joints. As you can see, castor oil is an incredibly versatile and powerful tool to have in your natural health toolkit. From skin and hair care to deep tissue healing and immune support, its applications are vast. I encourage you to get a high-quality bottle and start experimenting to see how it can benefit you. Remember that consistency is the most important factor, so stick with it for at least a month to give it a fair chance to work its magic. The results that are possible with this simple ancient remedy are truly remarkable. Now I have to give a very important warning, especially for any viewers who are pregnant. Castor oil has been used for centuries as a natural way to induce labor. When taken orally, or even when applied topically in large amounts with heat, it can cause uterine contractions. Therefore, if you are pregnant, you should absolutely avoid using castor oil, particularly on your abdomen, unless you are at full term and using it specifically for delivery under the direct guidance and supervision of your midwife or doctor. Please be safe and responsible with this powerful oil. We've covered a lot of advanced techniques and benefits today. If you're new to castor oil or want a refresher on the basics, I highly recommend you go back and watch my first video on this topic. It lays a great foundation for everything we discussed here. If you haven't seen my part 1 castor oil video, check it out right here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.